Today, I want to make one announcement and one announcement only. Today, I want to talk about there's already a sale going on. I started it probably like on Halloween, and the sale was 25% off all of the bearded dragons and ball pythons, and 50% off all adult and sub-adult ball pythons for the entire month of November. So if you haven't already, go check out my website and go see what I have, because chances are you're going to find something you want, and the discounts are pretty good. So you can do some breeding pairs of some ball pythons, breeding pairs of some bearded dragon babies for, I don't know, 25% off. And honestly, if you message me and you're doing like two or three animals or whatever, I'll even, do free shipping on something. So yeah, just reach out. We can work something out. Let's just get these animals out of here before it gets too cold, so I can essentially have room next year for the next coming season. What's up, YouTube? So I got a little bit of a different background again. This time I have the bearded dragon enclosures behind me. Not every enclosure is in here. One of the stacks is still in there because it has to be taken apart in order to be moved in here because it's too tall. Versus you guys can see it, but this tag over here also had to be taken apart. But the way it's set up is just one singular enclosure at the top, and then the four bottom ones can actually come through the door. So the other one's set up a little bit different. The singular enclosures at the bottom, so I have to move a whole stack off the singular enclosure, and it just makes it a whole lot harder. So I wasn't going to do it all at that same time. I did have my electrical inspection. There's a few things I have to fix, which I'm not going to get into it, but let's just say that's like, I think it's like 4 or 5 things, and they're pretty minor. I just have to do them before he can approve it. And everything works. Obviously, he just wants those things fixed because it's just code. So that's what it is. So we're gonna have to fix those things before he can get an approval, and we can put insulation up in here and get the mini split installed and everything else. Um, let's see, what else am I going to talk about? So today, the video, I'm not recording on the day it is, but the video will be coming out Friday, the 8th of November. And I will be taking a break that weekend because my birthday is on Sunday. So if you are trying to reach out to me that weekend, you're probably not going to get to me. I'm not going to say I'm probably not going to check my phone, because I'll probably check my phone, but it might be a little while before I get back to some people. I don't do anything for my birthday, but I do like to spend time with my family. So therefore, I'm probably not going to be able to reply as fast as I usually do to some people. So keep that in mind. And the other thing I want to talk about is what is it? The other thing I want to talk about is this year I did 4 raffles on Patreon and YouTube members. The members on YouTube, since it's only a $5 tier, they're going to be included to the last raffle of the year, and all of the $5 tier on Patreon will also be included on the $5 tier, or on the final raffle of the year. Everyone else was included in multiple raffles for the entire year. I will be doing the same thing next year on Patreon and YouTube members. So you have to be, there's the guideline to it. You do have to be a member at least 1 month prior to the raffle. And I do put a schedule up at the beginning of the year. So if you're interested in raffles, it's a $150 raffle. And all you have to do is become a member. So if you just want to, hey, I get extra videos, I get extra tips, I get, inside scoops or whatever. And I also can get a $150 credit. Go ahead and do it, because obviously it'll make your whole life a whole lot easier. If you are planning on spending money, if you get a raffle for $150 and you need it 3 months from now or 3 months from when you get it, obviously you have it, so it's not going to go anywhere, and you can just use it whenever you feel like, whenever you see something that you want. Now, I do want to make something very clear, because people will message me, and it says it on there on every post that I talk about sales or anything like that. Shipping is never included. Shipping is always extra. Because of that, every discount and everything you get will never apply to shipping. So if you do have a $150 raffle, or if you have a credit for $200 or whatever the case may be, shipping is never included. So if it's an animal that's $150 and you do have $200, you get $150 off, and you still have to pay the $65 for shipping. I don't know why I have to make that very clear. It's not just one person asking me; it's a lot of people. It's like, hey, can I just pay, blah blah blah? And I was like, no, you still got to pay $65 for shipping. But I have $150 credit, and this animal's only 125, so shouldn't I get $25 off shipping? Shipping is not something that I gain. This is something that I have to pay to get the animal to whoever. And sometimes I charge $65. Sometimes I'm spending almost $90 to ship certain animals because they have to go to Washington or they're in a bigger box. And essentially, it becomes a whole lot more. And I don't charge extra for that. I still charge $65 because most of the time it's about $60 that I have to pay for shipping. So usually it covers all of it. But sometimes bigger boxes, further distances, that makes a difference. And I guess this whole video was just for announcements because I have not much to talk about. And I do want to talk about one more thing. I'm thinking about starting a podcast. And no, I know there's a billion podcasts out there, and it's hard to explain. It's really just me and you talking. Whoever wants to be on the podcast, it's just me and you talking. I'm not having any topics that I want to talk about. I don't think I'm gonna have any guests. Probably eventually have guests, but for the most part, it's just gonna be me and the audience. And I want to call it Tip the Scales. So probably gonna start working on that, creating like a little banner for it, and probably want to start it January 1st. And I think I might do it like, I don't know, trying to figure out what day is best. There's already people doing podcasts on Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for every day. There's somebody doing a podcast for reptiles. So, but there's not many people or any people doing podcasts on Bearded Dragons. So maybe it'll be a little bit different. I don't know. I think maybe I'll do it like on Mondays, maybe on Sundays. I don't know. We'll see. If you guys have a suggestion on the best day to do a podcast, put it down in the comment section so I know, because obviously I want to talk to people. So if the people tell me what day is best, then I want to make sure that that day is best for everyone. So yeah, just put something in the comment section below and say, hey, Sunday's best, Tuesday's best, whatever day is best for you, let me know. And I probably will start at probably around 7 p.m. Eastern or around that time. And it'll probably be an hour or so. Um, but that's everything I got. Yeah, just that's it. There's a sale, Patreon raffle, or a YouTube member raffle, and also, what was the last thing? The podcast. So Tip the Scales podcast with QB, from Tells and Scales. QB Tells and Scales. So yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. Tip the Scales. So essentially, I'm giving you tips on what to do with your scaly friends. Tip the Scales. That's why the name is Tip the Scales, because why not? But that's all I have for today's video. If you, I don't know if anybody enjoyed it, anybody was entertained by it, but if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't ever miss what I'm posting, because I know this video may not have been a whole lot, but sometimes I post, usually my videos like 20 minutes long, 15, 20 minutes long, but hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future. As always, peace.